So, ArenaNet has decided to start releasing teasers of what appears to be elite specializations for their upcoming expansion. And while releasing little pieces of art, or in this case, releasing what appear to be class icons, does provoke interest around their upcoming title, I worry about the effectiveness of their marketing. Because you see, every Guild Wars 2 creator now has come out of hibernation and has decided to cash in, literally farming views off of these static images. Here we'll talk about how this marketing strategy, while better than nothing, can actually be detrimental to the overall goals of the studio. So, what do you think these symbols mean? Well, in reality, it doesn't actually matter. And what matters more is filling in the design space on various classes with what those classes are actually lacking, which is harder than you might think because for the most part, classes have all of the basics covered. A strong power DPS class, a strong Condi DPS class, a heal spec of some sort, and so on. There are a few that are really lacking, like Warrior for instance, could really use a traditional heal or support elite specialization. But where's the space on something like Guardian? Everything is covered at a pretty high level. How about Revenant? Everything is covered at a pretty high level. And here's the thing, at this stage of development, things are pretty much fully cooked. ArenaNet isn't going to take things out of the oven now and go, oh, well, yeah, we needed to add some eggs to this. They're just gonna roll with whatever they got at this point. So why do I think this is a problem? Well, in my various weekly rants, I talked about expectations management. And while this is typically used for dealing with stakeholders and ensuring that everyone is happy, your customer base is a stakeholder of any project. ArenaNet is a stakeholder, NCSoft is a stakeholder, and so on. But without a proper community manager or anyone to focus the ArenaNet partners or public creators towards a realistic goal, you see what we have today in the Guild Wars 2 content creation space. Wild speculation. And you might think like, okay, what's the big deal? Well, imagine that ArenaNet has put together a specialization with a theme that is outside of the speculation of the player base. What does that do for expectations? Mismatched expectations is what largely attributes to people's feelings of distrust or disappointment with a product. It is largely what causes people to abandon YouTube videos after only watching them for a minute or two. They see a snazzy thumbnail and the video isn't about what they thought it was going to be about. So they get disappointed or they get bored and they leave. The same thing goes for any product. The speculation about these specializations is largely interesting to me. I find it interesting to see where the Guild Wars 2 content creators feel like there are gaps in these classes. The thematics don't really matter. I don't care if it's a mud wizard or a gambler person or a Valkyrie or whatever other wild ideas there are out there. But imagine there is a specialization that does resonate with you, that is brought up by one of your favorite creators. The elusive heal warrior specialization. And in 8 days when the announcement comes or when the elite specializations trailer drops, it doesn't exist. Hype turns into disappointment, expectations are shattered, and trust is lost. But it's not really the fault of the creators because they're just trying to make easy money. It's extremely easy to make content like this because there's no founding, there's no research that needs to be done. You just pull up a static image and go like, oh man, it's a set of playing cards. Maybe this is gambling related, or maybe it's related to the thief. That would kind of fit, right guys? Right chat? But more importantly, what does this gambler class do? Is it a power DPS option? Is it a Condi DPS option? Is it a boon support option? Where is the design space? That is what is more important. Because the reason why elite specializations in general are a hype topic is not necessarily the class theme, but the way it changes how you interact with content. It, in essence, refreshes the entire game. Are you getting bored of playing Reaper in your weekly strike missions? Well, try out the new Blood Mage class. Are you bored of playing Chronomancer as a healer? Try the Bard. One of the best parts about Guild Wars 2 has always been its alt friendliness and its ease to put together alternate builds. And largely the bring the player, not the class ideology has been very successful in their design vision. You can play 99.9% of all content with whatever class you find to be fun. Sure, Chronos do it better, Firebrands do it better, Virtuosos do it better, but you don't have to play those classes to succeed in this content. So having new ways to interact with the game through experiencing a new class mechanics and ideally polishing some of the current B string builds with a trait line that actually fits what they need is the actual good thing about elite specs. And I want to make some things clear. We are in a slop season right now, and we will be in a slop season until the release of expansion 6 in like October. I want to make my expectations clear, and I want to share with you some of the topics and information that I think that we as a community actually need answered. Are the quality of the quarterly releases going to be the same as Soto and Janthier Wilds? Now, that could be good, it could be bad, it's up to you. But is the quality going to remain the same? Is it going to improve? What is different about this expansion? Will the new character specializations be enough content to make the expansion worth playing if the new content is subpar? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because we know that there is a design budget. We saw it with Janthier Wilds. The raid took a massive amount of the design budget. Homesteads took a large amount of the design budget. How much of that budget was used on elite specializations? Are we getting elite specializations at the cost of the open world or of other features that would be released? But I think the most important question, at least for me, is there going to be an expansion 7, an expansion 8? What does the long-term support of Guild Wars 2 look like? Are we going to be getting mini X packs every year, or are they actually going to go with a battle pass method where you just get like a Wizard's Vault pass? And whether you want to believe it or not, I think this question is likely to get answered sometime this year. But I want to be clear. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I think the expansion is worth the money if you are dealing with a decent currency in your country. Like, I spent $23 at Taco Bell yesterday for literally just me. So a $25 expansion is nothing to cry about. However, in regards to where I actually spend my time in game, do I need the new elite specialization to run Octovine or to do my weekly Wizard's Vault achievements? Do I need them to compete in raids or strikes when I've already completed all of that content? I guess we'll find out. But as we enter expansion 6 soon enough, the age of Guild Wars 2 Slop, where your YouTube feed will be filled with creators making 8-minute videos on static images, tier lists ranking the specializations in the same way that they've been stacking them for the last 5 years. Like, oh wait, maybe Firebrand's not S tier, guys. Maybe it's A tier. Or maybe I'll try the new build. Maybe Condi Virtuoso is a thing of the past. Now Condi Bard build is the way to go, and it does a little bit more damage if you play it perfectly. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To end this rant, this meta commentary, I guess that I will say that I don't blame people for doing it. As a creator, you're always looking for more eyes. You're looking for higher views, higher watch hours, more reach. And in the Guild Wars 2 space, a few individuals have been fortunate enough and worked hard enough to get enough eyes on them to find something that looks like success as a creator. But I feel like when one of these people who are highly in tune with the game suggests something that is actually great, that is actually really good, they have a wonderful idea on how this game can improve or what class could be introduced to fill a gap, and then it doesn't match with the reality of what gets released, it will have the opposite effect of what ArenaNet intends with these teasers. The cake is already baked. Is it chocolate? Is it vanilla? Well, I guess I can only hope that it's whatever you're actually hoping for. And with that, I want to thank you for watching. A big thanks to all of my subscribers, and a special thanks to all my members who support the channel. Myself and a few people close to me have been working on a Discord server, which is actually starting to come together. And while I'm not sending out invite links at this time, it is something that I will be excited to share with you once all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again, and I will catch you on the next one.